There are moments in life that define a man, but they do not arrive with warning. They do not announce themselves. They do not come in dramatic scenes or cinematic clarity. They happen in silence, in the private corners of your life, in the decisions no one else sees. Sometimes it happens when you are tired. Sometimes it happens when you are frustrated. Sometimes it happens when you are disappointed in yourself. The defining moments of a man are rarely loud. They are the moments where he refuses to break when breaking would have been easier. You know this because you have lived both sides. You have had seasons where you held the line and seasons where you let it go. And the truth is, only one of those versions of you made you proud. Only one of those versions of you felt like the man you were born to be. The other version felt like settling. The other version felt like shrinking. The other version felt like betrayal of your own potential. To be the man who doesn't break, you have to understand what is actually being broken when you stop. It is not the schedule. It is not the workout. It is not the habits. What breaks is your identity. When you give in to comfort, when you choose the easier road, when you let yourself off the hook, you are not just skipping a task. You are teaching your mind that your word cannot be trusted. And once a man's word means nothing to himself, he loses the foundation of confidence. Confidence is not built from success, attention, or results. Confidence is built from consistency. Confidence is built from self-respect. Confidence is built from the quiet knowledge that when you say you will do something, you will. And this year has shown you how fragile that can become when comfort becomes familiar. But the year is ending, which means you are approaching the final testing ground. The final days where identity solidifies. The final stretch where the man you are and the man you are becoming begin to separate. And most men do not finish strong. Most men slow down. Most men coast. Most men wait for a calendar date to save them. They wait for January. They wait for motivation. They wait for the fantasy of a new beginning. And those men spend their lives starting over because they never finish what they begin. They never commit past convenience. They never push past resistance. They break, they fold, they weaken, and they pretend they will be different next year. But you are not here to pretend. You are here to become the man who does not break, especially when breaking is the easy path, especially when the year is winding down, especially when everyone around you loosening their discipline. This final stretch before 2026 is not the time to soften. It is the time to sharpen. It is the time to return to the structure you once had. It is the time to return to the discipline that built your strength. It is the time to return to the hunger you felt when you were tired of who you used to be. It is the time to remember that the man you respect is born in the moments where you could break. And don't. The man who doesn't break is not a man who feels strong all the time. He is the man who chooses to act even when he feels weak. He is the man who chooses discipline even when he feels tired. He is the man who chooses to continue even when the progress is slow. He does not allow emotion to determine action. He does not allow mood to determine consistency. He does not allow excuses to determine identity. This kind of man is not made in easy seasons. He's made in the final stretch. He's made when the initial motivation is gone. He's made when no one is watching. He's made when he wakes up and does not feel like himself, but moves anyway. You have to understand something very clearly right now. The gap between the man you are today and the man you want to be in 2026 is not a mystery. It is not talent. It is not luck. It is not opportunity. It is discipline. Discipline is the bridge. Discipline is the identity. Discipline is the difference between living in a dream and living in your power. The man who doesn't break is the man who chooses discipline when comfort calls for him. And comfort will call. It will whisper to you. It will remind you of what is easy. It will offer you peace at the cost of your self-respect. But self-respect is the only real peace. If you end this year in comfort, you will enter 2026 weak. If you end this year drifting, you will enter 2026 lost. If you end this year making excuses, you will enter 2026 with no foundation. Most men will enter the new year scrambling to rebuild discipline they threw away in the final month. They will try to get momentum back. They will try to get clarity back. They will try to get their identity back. But momentum is expensive. Clarity is expensive. Identity is expensive. And once lost, they take time to rebuild. But you are not going into 2026 rebuilding. You're going into 2026 already aligned, already strengthened, already focused, already sharpened, already certain, already dangerous, because you are choosing to finish strong. You are choosing the path that fewer men walk. You are choosing the path of identity instead of comfort, the path of discipline instead of delay, the path of strength instead of softness. You are choosing to be the man who doesn't break. This does not require perfection. It requires honesty. It requires responsibility. It requires the decision to stop negotiating. You already know your weaknesses. You already know your patterns. You already know where you let the standards slip. The comeback is not about pretending that didn't happen. The comeback is about refusing to continue down that path. The comeback is about returning to the standard now, not tomorrow. Now, when the alarm rings, you get up. When it's time to train, you train. When work needs to be done, you do it. When your mind says later, you say now. When your emotions try to slow you down, you ignore them. When your excuses speak, you silence them. Because a man who doesn't break has already decided that breaking is not an option. Every time you hold your line, your identity strengthens. Every time you follow through, your confidence rebuilds. Every time you act despite resistance, you reclaim your edge, and your edge is everything. Your edge is your hunger, your edge is your presence. Your edge is the difference between being alive and being numb. A man without an edge is a man who has abandoned himself. But a man with an edge cannot be controlled, cannot be broken, cannot be softened by comfort. He is the kind of man other men notice without understanding why. This is who you are becoming in these final days before 2026. Not a man who is motivated, but a man who is solid, a man who is reliable, a man who is disciplined, a man who keeps his word, a man who can trust himself, a man who others can trust, a man who does not break simply because life gets heavy. Life will get heavy. It always does. There will be stress, there will be disappointment, there will be exhaustion, there will be doubt. The question is not whether you will face pressure. The question is whether you bend, or whether you remain. The man who doesn't break is not unchallenged. He's simply unmovable. He's anchored. He's centered. He's grounded. He's steady. His belief in himself is not emotional. It is earned through discipline. So as the year winds down, your only focus is continuation. Continuation of your structure. Continuation of your training. Continuation of your standards. Continuation of your momentum. Do not chase intensity. Chase consistency. Intensity fades. Consistency strengthens. Consistency builds identity. Identity builds destiny. Remember, how you finish is how you enter the next year. How you enter the next year is how you live the next year. How you live the year is how your life unfolds. You are not waiting for 2026. You are preparing for it. You are shaping the man who will walk into that year already ready, already grounded, already committed, already sharp, already strong, already decided. You are becoming the man who doesn't break. And that is the man who will own 2026. This is No Excuse Network. If you are done breaking when life gets heavy, subscribe now. We rise, we hold, we finish.